up, guys? I am here today with my friend Chris, sitting in his 2001 NB Miata that happens to have a Flyin Miata turbo kit attached to it. This is a super cool car, about 115,000 miles on it, and I'm just super thankful for Chris letting me sit here, drive, and review it.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Absolutely. I'm super excited to get started. Let's go ahead and go for a drive. This is only the second turbocharged Miata I've driven. I owned a Mazdaspeed before this, but this one has the Flyin Miata turbo kit attached to it. It's pushing a little bit more power. Chris, would you mind telling us a little bit more about this car? You know, what's been done to it so far?
Yeah, sure. And like you said, Ian, it's a Flyin Miata. I guess it was the FM2 kit with a Haltech ECU, 3-inch downpipe into a 3-inch Flyin Miata exhaust, which I believe has been discontinued, but it's really quiet, really roadworthy setup. And just from what I've read, one of the perks is with the larger downpipe is just a little bit quicker spool. It's a small turbo anyway; it's a 2560R. But you know, that was one of the notable things, was just slightly quicker spool with going with a 3-inch exhaust over a 2.5.
Yeah, I feel like you can really feel it in this car. As soon as I start to touch the throttle, you can hear that turbo spool up. Maybe you can hear that on camera, I hope you can. But it just makes it very responsive and engaging to drive. And then beyond that, it holds the boost so incredibly well. I've heard amazing things about these Flyin Miata turbo kits, the reliability of them, the way that the driving experience is. You know, it doesn't feel like something cobbled together from eBay parts, and I couldn't agree with that more. It feels like this could have been a factory car.
Yeah, and that's kind of the experience I try to describe. Is it feels like it could have come from Mazda. You know, it's just turned up a bit, right? With a quieter exhaust, and you know, it's almost like a Speed, like I said, just turned up just a bit more.
Yeah. That's exactly what it is. I just love the way this drives. That's awesome. I don't know how well it picks up on camera some of the turbo spool, but I was coming out of some of these corners as low as almost 2,000, you know, light on the throttle, and I could still hear it spooling up, and just carries all the way at red line. It's
I think
really good.
I think you're close to full boost, a little over 3,000 RPMs.
Okay.
So
very nice.
It picks up pretty well, and like you said earlier, it's you know, it almost feels like factory, just turned up a bit. Right?
Yeah. So what is the full boost level, and how much power are you making?
Yeah, former owner turbocharged the car. It's tuned, I believe it's 240 wheel horsepower, mid 220s torque on 12 pounds of boost.
Very nice. Super healthy numbers. It's not a fast car, obviously, but it's a lot quicker than pretty much any Miata that I have driven, especially up here in the mountains. It just, you know, the naturally aspirated 1.8s, especially 1.6s, they really struggle up here. But this one, I've noticed a lot of times I don't even need to floor it. You know, I don't need full power up here to get between corners. So it's a really good car in that sense, just having that extra bit of power that's manageable and makes a noticeable difference as we drive along. And it's very easy to modulate too. Again, the way it spools up, the way it holds boost, I'm not having to, I feel like, fight with the tires for grip. I don't have to fight with the turbo or anything. It just feels very natural to drive.
Kind of where I've put some effort in is suspension work. So it's on the Super Miata Zeta coilovers in the standard setup, 700/400 spring rate. The go-to Racing Beat hollow sway bar with Super Miata end links. Then did a little brake work. It's just the factory rotor and caliper size with Hawk HP pluses.
Well, so it's kind of set up to be a, you know, quick street car, fun on the twisty roads, but definitely has the potential to, you know, do well on the track or autocross, right?
Yeah, and that's kind of my intention with it. You know, it's a spare car for me. I want to do a little bit of track stuff. I've got a little bit of autocross experience, but I think I'd rather just keep it on track duty and just you know, weekend type cars.
Very cool. Again, Chris, thank you so much for letting me drive this car. It is really, really nice to be back in the NB Miata again. It just feels a little different than the NDs do.
Mm-hmm.
Steering is really, really smooth, but you feel all the bumps in the road, which I really love.
And it feels a little bit unique too, Ian. It's originally a 5-speed car, which I guess came in some of the earlier NB2s, but then it's now paired with a 3.9 diff out of a sport package car, so it's a little longer geared, but I think it makes it feel a little less Miata that way because the gears are just a little bit longer.
Yeah, it feels good. It allows you to kind of stay in the boost a little bit longer.
Yeah.
Just puts a huge smile on your face.
Yeah, it's hard not to smile. It's just the sensory experience, right?
Absolutely. So, Chris, what sort of future plans do you have for this car? Do you have a direction that you're looking to take it from here?
Yeah, I'm kind of torn in two different ways. You know, the car is fairly, to me, OEM looking, or an OEM plus. I like that route, so it's maybe adds some lightness to the car. But then another part of me wants to go even stiffer spring and do some aero. You know, most of the time I have a hard top on the car, so just a combination of the top and doing like a 9 Lives racing kit. You know, their medium downforce kit sounds really appealing. But I still use the car as a street car, so
yeah.
You know, to a lot of people it might look like scene points, where really I would always want to just do something functional.
Yeah. It's kind of hard when you try to balance it between street and track. You know, all of us want the best of both worlds, but it's
in a perfect world, two cars, right?
Yeah, right?
Yeah, perfect world.
But I think you've got, so far, a pretty good combination between the two with this one.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Now tell me, does the air conditioning, heating, everything work there?
It all works, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, so it's you know, pretty well factory, you know, even down to the radio, it's pretty factory inside.
So you're an elite Miata owner in that sense. You got working air conditioning, something I did not have on my Miatas.
Yeah.
And that's why I got my ND.
Yep. I completely understand. It's about to get hot in this part of the country.
Yeah. Man, this thing just, it's so nice. And overall, this thing just feels so composed. It feels very well put together. So big props to Chris for the work he's done on this car, some things that were done before it, and just also Flyin Miata for putting together a great kit.
Yeah.
It's a really, really nice car here. Well, Chris, this has been an absolute pleasure, man. Thank you so much for letting me drive your car.
Yeah, anytime.
Dude, this thing's just really well set up. The turbo kit, the brakes, the suspension, it's been a blast, and kind of makes me miss having the Mazdaspeed, because I would ideally turned it into something like this.
Yeah.
So,
well, man, what better day, what better weather, and then of course the environment here.
Yeah.
You know, this is great. So
absolutely.
Thanks for having me out.
Of course. Well, thank you guys so much for Thank you guys so much for watching this video as well. Leave all your questions and comments down in the comment section below, and I hope to see you in the next video.